Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dallas, aka Inferness, and I don't know about you, but my favorite pastime is going on this app that you've probably never heard of called TikTok and watching some of the amazingly quality videos and content on there. But could you imagine, just for 1 second, actually enjoying that? But all jokes aside, today we're going to be talking about what went wrong with TikTok. Now obviously, this is all basically conjured up because TikTok has now become the most banned app in the entire world. From the highest and fastest rising social media website to literally the most censored and backlashed app to ever exist. What exactly happened here? First of all, before we get into that, I'd just like to say, if you're not currently subscribed to this channel, which about 90% of you aren't, which is kind of surprising, you actually are missing out on 10 years of good luck, so you should probably go ahead and do that. Now, this website, aka app, because everyone only knows it as an app, was first created by a Beijing company, Beijing being a city in the middle of China, in the year 2012, but only to be officially released 4 years later in 2016. But it never really started to gain popularity until it finally merged with one of the biggest other fastly rising social media sites, which was taking the whole world of musical 6-second long Vine wannabe videos, Musical.ly, which then became one solid company that we know of today. The most downloaded app across the App Store for all of 2018 and 2019 would be 2020 had it not been for what exactly went wrong with it that we're going to discuss. Now, the most simple answer is I could obviously just say what isn't wrong with TikTok and then just end the video. We're talking about something that has over 800 million active users, downloaded 2 billion times, so surely you would think that there's absolutely no stopping something with this amount of power. As a matter of fact, if you go to high school or middle school or even elementary school, for what I can guess, you probably cannot even escape walking down the halls watching someone doing an annoyingly irritating dance move for a 6 to 60 second long clip. Now, of course, the main problem here is where this thing came from, and that's straight out of the Beijing company in China. Now, here's the deal with the whole internet situation with the world. There's mainly two sources of the world's internet, and that is China and basically everyone else. Well, then you have North Korea, obviously, but you know, they don't have internet, right? Could you imagine this whole time they just had their own like North Korean version of TikTok? That'd be just, I don't even know what to think about that. I guess to narrow it down quite a bit, on a simpler level, there's basically an American Western internet and then there's a Chinese internet. Mostly everything that we see and enjoy today on the internet is not available on China. And if you were to live in China, same thing goes both ways. You would not be able to go on American type websites, and chances are you'd have your own version of Google, YouTube, and of course everything else. And therefore, because of that, it's a whole quarantined off section of the internet where basically they have their own developed version of their own internet companies and their own security techniques when it comes to those internet companies that basically doesn't intertwine correctly with the rest of the world. Which is why there's plenty of other examples of companies of origin in China and other places around the area of China that have generally had security concerns with usability in other countries. You should probably be checking that Zoom app on your phone because that thing just might be spying on you. But it's nothing to be irate or surprised about, for that matter. The internet culture and the technique of running the internet was just developed a lot differently in China, the most virtually isolated country in the world as well. So basically, there's no way into China on a virtual level in terms of the internet access, internet websites being developed there, but there are constantly things being shipped out of China. New apps, new websites, viral social media concepts being pushed out to the rest of the world through China's enormous stock supply, but with sparsely any of the same security features. TikTok was probably the best example of this. You could just be TikToking all day long on your phone without even knowing that somewhere thousands of miles away, there's someone else nick-knocking watching you through your webcam. And with the obvious marketing towards the youthful generation, this has clearly risen a huge problem with the United States. This is not limited to Chinese companies or Indian companies or any companies actually. We've even seen strictly Western companies such as YouTube be very harshly affected by security problems that they have just neglected over the years, resulting in issues such as the COPPA issue, resulting in millions of people who make child-friendly content to basically be in an oopsie type situation. TikTok, on the other hand, a company developed with entirely different ways and techniques of security without any of the protocol that we have here in the FCC-defined internet, but yet invading the lives of not only thousands, not even millions, but hundreds of millions of children in the entire world, let alone just its source. That obviously has led to the issue. TikTok rose way too fast for its own good, reaching the interests of so much of the younger generation in such a short amount of time without being able to adapt to the proper levels of security to ensure that the amount of information for each person using it was not being used in any malicious way. Chances are that's the same reason why you'd probably be able to get a lot of illegal things shipped to you from China. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have some pretty dope looking laser pointers that are definitely not illegal, so don't arrest me. But they are actually illegal because they're just way too powerful, and I got them straight from China. It's just a matter of national policy. So obviously when the United States caught wind of the fact that not only TikTok was the biggest social media website and the fastest rising, but also the least secured and the most vulnerable to having information being basically farmed off of the entire app, causing not only a security problem for just individual people, but for an entire country, well, I'm pretty sure we can understand what happens after that. So because of this, as of June 2020, TikTok has been banned in Indonesia, India, most of the European Union, and now soon to be the United States. Not only that, but 58 million other Chinese apps apparently are now being shut down because of these same security issues. Now this could all either be one big good thing or one big bad thing, but overall, in my personal opinion, good riddance. Just kidding, I love TikTok. Actually, you know what? This video is sponsored by NordVPN and TikTok. Yeah, they could have done things a lot better. They could have invested in international approach, designing more systems to work in different places of the world that lined up with their security, but they didn't. And because of that, they are now completely at their downfall. But hey, maybe it's not all that bad. Anyways, that's all I want to say in this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.